What's up, guys? Got a UFC video here today. It's going to be on the UFC Fight Night card, ALMEIDA versus GARBRANT. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. We're going to go ahead and do a prediction video, prediction slash picks on the Fight Pass prelims first, and we only have 2 fights here. And after that, I'll do a video on the Fox Sports 1 prelims and then the main card. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the first fight of the night on this card. We have Chris De La Rocha versus Adam Milstead. So we got some heavyweights here. You can see right there. So as you can see, Milstead here doesn't have a picture yet, but that's because he's a newcomer. Making his UFC debut against Chris De La Rocha, like I'm saying, and yeah, 2 heavyweight fighters. So right now I'm opening up the pages real quick, so you guys get some info on them real quick. So we have Chris De La Rocha. He has 1 loss, 4-1. Summary: athletic, explosive, well-rounded. Here's one thing to note also here, guys. This guy is an older heavyweight, at 37 years old. Now I know most heavyweights, it seems like they get better, as they get older. It seems like their prime age is like around 35 instead of like 25 for like the younger fighters or the different weight class fighters. But yeah, this guy's an older fighter, but he doesn't have a lot of losses, in his career. He's only 4-1. He doesn't have a huge amount of fights either, so he's not too experienced. So he hasn't taken that much damage, but he is still an older fighter. He's also a big guy at 6'4", 265 pounds. Great reach at 80-inch reach. I think compared to Misled, I think he has 3-inch reach advantage. Milstead right here has 77-inch reach and an inch shorter. Weighs a lot less also. But we look at Chris's page here. His last fight and his only fight in the UFC was against Daniel Omielanczuk. Yeah, I don't really know how to say his name too good. Anyways, he fought that guy and he got knocked out. I think it was in the first minute or something. Maybe like 40-50 seconds, But yeah, he got knocked out really quick. Yeah, pretty much he fought someone that was way better than him on the feet. Chris De La Rocha here. Supposedly has some good wrestling. Haven't seen much of his wrestling skills obviously in the UFC. He's never went for like a takedown or anything like that. But apparently he does have some wrestling. You guys can read here his background and whatnot. But yeah, this guy has some wrestling. And like I said, in that fight, you couldn't really see too much out of him. And to be honest, guys, that's like the only fight I've seen of him. But according to this, also he does have some submission wins. 2 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission. So this guy's a finisher, obviously. He's a heavyweight. I don't expect decision wins from heavyweights. But yeah, this guy seems to have some sort of wrestling background. His striking isn't too good. Well, compared to Daniel's anyway. Daniel really beat him up on the feet very easily. Just unloaded on him. Look at all the strikes he landed, 15, and Chris only landed like 1 strike in that fight. But yeah, this guy's weakness, I would say, would be his striking. It seems like his stand-up game is just not too good. And guess what, guys? Adam Milstead here. This is this guy's strengths. His striking is really good. He's also on a 7-fight win streak. He lost his debut fight, if you guys could read over here on the bottom. Lost pro debut, but he's been unbeaten ever since. So pretty much only lost 1 fight, 7-1. He's a really light heavyweight. According to this, his weight's only at 229. I guess that was his last time he weighed in or whatever. But anyways, this guy's a light heavyweight, so he's gonna have a lot more speed. He's gonna move a lot better. The reach is not too much of a crazy disadvantage, only 3 inches. So this guy's gonna be the superior striker, guys. Also, another thing, when I was watching one of this guy's fights, they were talking about he had some sort of wrestling skills. As you can see right there, ranks in any martial arts styles. It says right here, I wrestled since I was in 2nd grade. So this guy, he's a finisher mostly with his striking. As you can see right there, 5 wins by KO, 2 by submission, armbar, and guillotine. Pretty much he's a finisher all around. But yeah, this guy also has some wrestling. It seems like he uses it kind of like a counter wrestling. Like he doesn't want to go for takedowns. He'd rather stuff the takedowns. So he wants to keep the fight on the feet. From what it looks like here. And against Chris De La Rocha, I think this is going to end really bad for him. I don't think Chris here has the striking, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick here and pick the UFC debut, of Milstead here, the newcomer. I'm going with him. I'm going with Al Milstead, and I say he's gonna get a. I'm gonna go ahead and just say first round knockout, guys. It's a heavyweight fight. I doubt this goes to the second, but if it does, second round knockout then. But yeah, I really see Milstead just using his striking, and if Chris tries to go for takedowns, I think he stuffs those takedowns. And yeah, pretty much I see this fight staying on the feet, and Milstead smashing Chris here. But it is a heavyweight fight. There's a chance Chris lands that shot. You never know with these heavyweight fights sometimes. But I'm going with Milstead, guys. First round KO. Alright, now we'll go to the next fight, and there's only 2 fights on the Fight Pass prelims, so that kind of sucks. But anyways, featured fight on the Fight Pass prelims, we have Sterling against Caraway. Both of these guys really highly ranked bantamweights. As you can see, Sterling here ranked number 4, Caraway ranked number 8. So let's go ahead and open up their pages now, so you guys get some inside info on them if you guys haven't checked out their pages yet. One thing to know here, Sterling is an undefeated fighter, has not lost yet. And yeah, this guy's on the rise. So here's his page. Summary: wrestling, scrambling, tough, creative, cardio, and being a savage. So yeah, this guy he doesn't have much weaknesses, to be honest, guys. His weaknesses, I would say, is just I would say is his striking output. It seems like he doesn't really depend a lot on his striking. It seems like I really don't know how he has. Well, actually, in this Johnny Eduardo fight, his strikes. I was watching this fight very recently, before I made the video, and yeah, it looked like Eduardo landed a lot more strikes than that. I don't know about that, but Sterling, I guess all those strikes were coming from the ground strikes, I think, because he did land some good ground and pound. But yeah, guys, this guy has a pretty good reach also for bantamweight, 71-inch, compared to Bryan's reach, 3-inch reach advantage for him. So he's a little bit longer, and as you can see here in his UFC career, he has 3 finishes out of 4 fights. He was able to get a decision win against Cody Gibson. As you can see, this guy utilizes his wrestling a lot. Look at each of his fights. You see that? You see that pattern there? 3 takedowns, 4 takedowns, 3 takedowns, and 2 takedowns against Eduardo. But that fight ended in the second round anyway. But yeah, this guy really does utilize his wrestling a lot, and yeah, it really shows, guys. If you guys watch his fights, it seems like he really likes to go in for the takedowns a lot. It seems like maybe he's not as comfortable on the feet from what I've seen on the Eduardo fight, but then again, Eduardo's a really good striker. But yeah, this guy has really good takedowns. We look over here at his stats for grappling: 3.58 takedown average, and his takedown accuracy is almost 50%. So most of the time he goes for those takedowns, almost 50% chance he gets it. His takedown defense, according to this, ain't too good, but I don't think a lot of people are going to try to take this guy down. But there's a chance Caraway here will want to go for the takedown. This guy also is a good grappler himself. We look here, summary: well-rounded, high fight IQ, great at transitions. So I was watching his last fight against Eddie Wineland. By the transitions, they mean from switching from wrestling to striking really quick, and this guy was doing that a lot in that fight. He is coming off a win though against Eddie Wineland. A Sun Sao, he lost that fight, but that was in 2014. But yeah, this guy's a really good grappler. He has way more better submission skills compared to Sterling here. But the striking skills is what sets these guys apart. I really think Sterling has the better striking. Also, he has a lot better athleticism. And according, just based on stats here, he does a lot more takedowns. And we look over here on Caraway's fights. His last fight, he didn't land a takedown. Against the Suns, he landed 2 takedowns. Against Perez, he landed 2 takedowns. I mean, he does land consistent takedowns, but Sterling seems to utilize a takedown like every fight. Like even against fighters who have good takedown defense, like this guy will get the fight to the ground. Caraway couldn't get the fight to the ground with Wineland. So yeah, the takedowns, I would give the Sterling the takedown advantage. Also Sterling, with the top control with the ground and pound. But the submission advantage, I'll go ahead and give it to Caraway. But yeah, guys, the striking is going to set this fight apart. And yeah, I'm picking Sterling here, guys. I think the striking gets this done for him. Yeah, I say if he wants to take it to the ground, he'll take it to the ground. If not, he'll keep it on the feet. But yeah, I'm picking Sterling here, and Caraway's a tough guy, so I got Sterling winning by decision. Alright, guys, so those are my picks. And yeah, as always, check out my DraftKings link below. And yeah, catch you guys on the next video.